Good. Josh, how's our audio? Well, it's time for some hoops here in the Hill City, live from Turner Gymnasium. It's the Lynchburg Hornets playing host to the Newport News Apprentice School. I'm Joe Brennan, joined alongside my good friend and partner, Kevin Nestor. Kevin, Lynchburg coming into this affair unbeaten on their home floor so far this season. Granted, just 2 games under their belt thus far, but they've also got a 2-game win streak in their column and a friendly foe coming to town here with the Builders.
Yeah, you mentioned coming in off a win streak. That last win, 66-55 against Methodist squad. That's got a lot of talent in their own right. But today they're playing a squad that's 3-1 coming in from Virginia Beach, looking to play spoiler here in Turner Gym.
Well, you can see a look at the numbers. Both of these teams very similar, at least on paper. But that's not what we should expect coming into today, is it, Kevin?
No, scouting reports, they'll tell a different tale. These guys, the stats look similar, the play style is completely different.
Yeah, with that being said, we can take a look at your keys to the game, Kevin, because Lynchburg, as you said, much more physical and dominant on the inside. Meanwhile, Newport News, a team that really likes to play on the perimeter.
Yeah, and for Newport, the key for them is going to be to limit the turnovers. They're averaging 17 a game, so for them, slowing the ball down, making sure they get good looks, not turning it over, and relying on their vets. They've got 10 seniors that they run their offense through very heavily. On the flip side of that, Lynchburg, that they can dominate the paint. They got Jamarcus Brown, who's been a force, 13 points per game on 64% shooting. Mason Makovic, 8.6 points per game with 7 rebounds, 61% from the floor. And then they got to get their playmakers involved. Pearson Young, a guy averaging 14.5 throughout the young season. He's had 25 threes attempted this year, knocking down 40% of them. And in that game against Methodist that I mentioned earlier, he had 15 points, 75% shooting from the three-point line. So that's going to be their key, is getting that young man involved.
Yeah, Jamarcus Brown has certainly been somebody that stepped on this scene, but he's been a spark plug off the bench so far this year. So with that being said, let's take a look at the starting lineups here today for both of these teams. For the Lynchburg Hornets in the backcourt, it'll be Jake Hart and Pearson Young, accompanied by 3 forwards in Jonathan Faust, Mason Makovic, and Jason Easton. On the flip side of things, for Newport News, it's Donovan Means and Smith in the backcourt, alongside Wall, who is someone we certainly will have our eyes on today, with Sanders and Easton in the front court. So we talked a little bit about Wall there for a moment, but Kevin, you got to tell the people what this guy's going to bring to the table today.
Everything. If I had to pick one word to describe it, everything. He's averaging 15 points per game, 3 rebounds, playing all over the place, shooting at a good split, 40% from the field, 38% from 3. This guy can do it all for this team. It's
really been a 2-headed monster offensively for Newport News so far this season. Those 2 guys in the backcourt with Wall and Means combined an average of 31 points coming into today's battle. So certainly Pearson Young and Jake Hart will have their hands full. We are excited to see which one Hart matches up with. So far it's looking like he'll tie up with Means, as a jump ball here early will give possession to the Lynchburg Hornets. Because Hart, he really is someone that you always need to be aware of in terms of what he can do in terms of perimeter defense. A guy that could very well be in the running for ODAC Defensive Player of the Year come the end of the season.
Yeah, and what he does is so underappreciated because it might not show up in the box score, but his presence on the floor, they got to keep the ball away from him. That's something that he's been so good at, quick hands, getting steals so far in the early season, as you see a knockdown 3.
There's a quick trigger from Easton to get things rolling offensively.
And I think already you're starting to see 2 different types of playing styles. Newport trying to get cuts to the paint, physical. Lynchburg, outside shots, knocking them down early. That's going to be their key.
Well, that was somewhat of the opposite of what we expected coming into this. Lynchburg certainly does have the size advantage, and so far this year they've made a lot of their money on the interior, as Faust sends one the other way. Jonathan Faust, a guy coming into this season, everybody really expected to be one of those impact returners, a guy that started his career at the community college level and worked his way into the Lynchburg roster, and he was phenomenal last year, second on the team in scoring. Pearson Young with a rejection of his own and a shot clock violation on the Builders.
We talked about the shooting, but how about the defensive effort from the young guard?
What a rejection from Young. That is just his third block this season. And as we were talking about Faust, a guy that last year was averaging around double figures, the highest scorer out of the returners for this season, but has really yet to find that rhythm. Talking about rhythm, Easton once again 2 for 2 from downtown, and the Hornets jump out to a 6-0 advantage.
And right now, it doesn't seem like anyone on this Lynchburg team's having trouble finding rhythm. Quick on defense, getting turnovers, getting steals, giving it to the hot hand on the offensive side.
Response from the Builders, no good. The Hornets corral the rebound. Here's a heat check. Oh my goodness! Mama, there goes that man! Jason Easton from downtown, 3 for 3.
All of that set up by great defensive possession, getting the ball into the hands of the guy who is on fire to start. 3 for 3 from downtown. That's insane.
What a start for the Lynchburg Hornets. They jump out to a 9-0 advantage just 2 minutes in to the first half. Kevin, I mean, any big reaction so far?
I'm shocked over here. You know, we can't even get the words out about Jonathan Faust before another 3 gets knocked down from Jason Easton. No, this team, they're coming out fast, and you knew they were going to have to. As quick as the Apprentice School is, as quick as they are, you knew Lynchburg was going to have to match it with some pace and some firepower, and they've done that on both ends of the floor to start. Great defensive energy, knocking down the shots from Easton. It's been incredible to start.
Well, the Builders in dire need a response. Down by 9 here early. They go to their leading scorer, far side wing, no good. Makovic comes down with a board, tossed off a maroon jersey. And Lynchburg takes over in their own basket. One thing that does make this Lynchburg team so dangerous, and what we've seen so far this year, granted a small sample size of 5 games, but it seems like they have 5 guys in their starting lineup and a pair of them on the bench as well that could go for 15, 20 on any given night.
Absolutely, and we highlight these guys, these players to watch, but it's not just them. You know, you look at a guy like Mason Makovic, the guy that I like to call Mr. Efficient, 8 points per game, 7 rebounds, 50% from three-point range, 60% from the floor. He does it all for this squad.
For the first time tonight, Easton just missed the first shot. Lynchburg now 3 of 4 from the field, all that have come off the hands of Easton. Now Faust will give it a go on the inside, stripped away. Builders the other way quickly. Slashing inside, no good. As Smith couldn't convert on the lay-in. Now Easton once again wants to give it a go. He'll slow things down and play it back to the point guard, Hart.
A lot of physical defense coming from Newport here early.
Easton wide open. Back iron. The other way, Wall. Wall finds it on the edge. Takes a high screen, heads the other way. Double team. Now they go down low. Makovic able to recover. Contact, no whistle, and a rebound for Makovic.
Great physical defense in the paint.
Faust will head to the sideline. And the freshman phenom, Jamarcus Brown, who's been the talk of the town ever since the dunk contest at Midnight Madness here in Turner. I mean, he is something else. That guy stands at 6'2", but he doesn't jump like it. a high jump state champion in high school, and it certainly shows.
That guy, that's a gem of a find.
Great set piece for Young, but he can't convert on the corner triple. Beautiful move, snaking his way inside. Another missed layup by Smith. Now Hart's pass is deflected, ricochets off his own knee and heads the other way. A quick start for Lynchburg, but now we've gone scoreless in the last 2 minutes.
Right, and I think both teams kind of still got a little bit of the jitters, which I know Lynchburg made 3 threes to start, but both teams playing quick, a little sloppy. They're going to clean that up, get some good basketball going on here.
The Builders still searching for their first basket. 4.5 minutes into this contest. It's Smith working on Easton. Kicks out for the corner. What a move on the inside. Oh my goodness.
Triple teamed in the paint, didn't matter, up and under.
Nice spin move by Hart. Hop step to the interior. Whistle inside the paint. The foul was called on the senior forward Easton. And a pair at this stripe for Jake Hart.
And Hart's a guy, he has been, not talked about a lot in the early part of this season, but he's been really efficient for this squad. He's playing 25 minutes a game, shooting 50% from the field. This is a guy that contributes a lot to this Lynchburg team. Started 4 out of 5 games, and for good reason.
No, we've talked about his defense. So far this season, he's averaging 1.8 steals per game. He's the returning steals leader from a year ago. He was the defensive player in his conference in high school. I mean, it really shows. This kid is an absolute pest. Nice dish off on the inside. Saunders can't convert, but the Builders hold on to possession.
Came on at the top of the broadcast talking about Pearson Young's shooting ability. How about the defensive contest he's had early on?
Corner 3, no good. Makovic with a board. Hart will slow it down in the front court. Entry pass to Brown, poked away. A fight for it on the ground. They're going to call a loose ball foul. I believe this will go against Easton. It will.
It's a lot of physicality you're seeing early from both teams.
Easton's first foul of the afternoon. Lynchburg's first foul as well. 1 foul for each of these sides so far. Smith, crossover with the right hand, up and in. Count it, and the foul. A pair of athletic finishes at the 10 have been the points today for the Builders.
On the other side of that, Easton picking up number 2, back-to-back fouls. Looks like he's going to be coming out of the game.
After a hot start from Easton, he slowly started to cool down. Now Cole Calloway and Mike Gray will check in. Converts the and one, cuts into the deficit. Now a 6-point lead for the Hornets. And here comes the full court press. Young looking for help, finds Makovic. Calloway, step back jumper, no good. Looks like somebody got a piece of it. Good hands from Gray, able to keep it in play, but goes right back to Smith. Now Smith inside, rebound by Jamarcus Brown. Here come the Hornets. Young, a drive-in kick, but a foot on the line. Another turnover for Lynchburg. That is their 5th turnover thus far. With that, an 11-5 lead for the Hornets takes us to a break. 13.5 left to go here in the first half.
Look what you're missing. It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
And we welcome you back into Turner Gymnasium as the Lynchburg Hornets lead the Newport News Apprentice School 11-5. Joe Brennan here alongside Kevin Nestor. Kevin, Lynchburg in front, but it hasn't necessarily been a perfect game thus far through the first 6.5 minutes.
Anything but perfect. It definitely hasn't been clean. Turnovers tell the story early here in this game for Lynchburg. That's the reason they're, I don't want to say shooting themselves in the foot because they're holding into a 6-point lead here, but it's definitely kept them from opening that gap on up.
5 turnovers thus far for Lynchburg, 0 for Newport News. And 4 steals on the defensive end for the maroon jerseys has been a big factor.
I think the quickness of this builder squad is very underrated on both ends. You're seeing the cuts and then the hands on the defensive side.
Certainly a lot of speed and athleticism. Has a foot on the line from Donovan Means. Results in the first turnover of the day for the Builders. Well, we talked about their ability to shoot perimeter shots, but it feels like their athleticism and drive-in kicks to the rim have really would have been able to create those open looks so far today, but they just haven't been able to convert on shots. So far, just 2 of 15 from the floor for the Builders.
Right, and a lot of those have been good looks, like you said, just not converting, whether it's a layup or a short J.
Jamarcus trying to expand his range, left it short. Here's a quick trigger. Donovan Means connects from downtown. Now here come the Builders. Pull-up jumper. Rolls off the iron. Makovic, offensive rebound, earns a foul. He'll head to the charity stripe for a pair.
How about Coach Michael Gainey over on the sidelines getting involved? His young squad. Took over the job, head coaching job, back in May of this year after being an assistant.
Yeah, 2 coaches that are in very different spots in their tenures. For Newport News, they bring in a first-year head coach, a guy that was the assistant there for the last 7 seasons, and a chance to really implement his own culture. So far, so good. 4 games in, 3 wins under his belt as Tyler Buggs checks in for Makovic.
You got to love his energy, too, talking to his players every time up and down the court, jumping up and down, getting his guys fired up.
Pump fake, dribble drive, right hand floater, count it. Great move right there by Chris Himmen. Now Pearson Young looking for a response, loses the handle as Donovan Means picked his pocket but touched out of bounds.
It's another display of that quickness. Rode him from half court all the way over to the spot, knocked it out of bounds.
Mike Gray, kick out for Buggs. Callaway calling for it on the far side of the floor. Now Jamarcus trying to go to work. Can't get the shooter's touch. Rattles in and out. Now Means, sharp pass to the top of the key for Saunders. Back out Means. Means, Saunders. No good. Young climbs the ladder and careens the rebound. Calls for it right back from another zip code.
You cannot leave that guy wide open and off screen to get him open. When he's got that much space from the top of the key, you better just go ahead and send up a prayer.
That one was good from Salem. Here's a response, no good from the Builders. A loose ball foul underneath. Young tabbed with the foul. That is his first, the team's third. Builders are 4 of 18 from the floor so far today. Lynchburg 4 of 11. Neither team shooting over 37% from the court thus far. Do you credit that to good defense or bad offense?
A little bit of both. You know, seeing sloppy, again, right there, another sloppy possession that's going to turn into some transition points for Lynchburg on the other end.
Mike Gray banks it home. A great move in the air, showing off the athleticism, an acrobatic finish to give Lynchburg an 8-point advantage. High screen and roll. Can't get the follow. There have been a lot of missed layups here for Newport News, Kevin.
That one, you know, the Hornets might have got away with a call or two, but the rest of them, you know, just looks that you got to convert on to stay in this game.
Here comes the Builders in transition. There's a quick turnover. Now the big fella looking to go coast to coast. Bugs drops it off. Hart a triple. No good. Now here come the Builders. They've got numbers. What a block from Gray. No, a foul. A foul called on Mike Gray. And a pair of free throws upcoming here for Harrell.
You see on the replay there just the contact on the right hip. That's what drew the whistle. The block was clean.
First free throw is good. Halfway through this first half, it really has been a low-scoring affair. Both of these teams coming in averaging around 75 points per game.
Well, Lynchburg, you saw the firepower. You know, less than 2 minutes in, 3 threes quickly. Since then, they've only scored 9 points. So,
yeah. Couple of substitutions for both sides. Jonathan Faust re-enters for the Hornets. He's someone that, you know, if you're an overall Lynchburg fan and you were with us during the fall season, he's someone that feels a lot like Monzi Shalita, a guy that, you know, was a key contributor last season as Callaway finds the glass. A key returner, someone that was a big piece in the season a year ago, but has kind of started slow in this year's campaign. But the reason I bring up Shalita is because all year through the men's soccer season, we were saying it's only a matter of time until this guy finds his rhythm, and he finished first team all-conference.
right, those two guys, both of them, you know, maybe not quite the production they were expecting after the previous year they had, but the energy that they bring, especially Faust. You know, you see it in pregame warm-ups, on the bench when he's not in the game, just the energy to keep his guys involved, keep them in check, and keep the culture going.
And I haven't kept numbers on this, but if I were a betting man, I would tell you that Jonathan Faust has been in the gym more so than any other player on this roster. It feels like every day when I'm here and I'm in Turner, Jonathan Faust is in here shooting free throws.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to get concerned he's not going to class.
That was something that we gave him a lot of heckle about during the preseason from last year, was his free throw percentage. And he said, y'all are going to see so far.
Jamarcus bullying his way inside, kisses it off the glass for two as head coach Scott tells his team to get back. No time to celebrate. Both of these teams have moved very quickly offensively. Here's a long three, no good.
The pace is definitely the highest I think we've seen this year from this team.
Daring Brown to shoot. He makes him pay. Thank you very much. I'll take the 8 feet of room. Double-digit lead for Lynchburg, their largest of the game thus far. Builders basketball right in front of the Hornet bench.
And for both of these squads, you know, the pace we talked about going quick, that's kind of attributed to some of those turnovers, some of the sloppy play we see. But it's also paid off on a couple of possessions for both squads.
That shooting percentage for Lynchburg has skyrocketed, has jumped 12%, now up to 47. That 12% increase in about 2 minutes of action. Meanwhile, Newport News still looking for a bucket. A little give and go draws the foul on the inside.
The Hornets had a wall set up right there around the paint. He just able to knife through the one gap that they had, draw a little bit of contact, get to the charity stripe.
Newport News perfect from the line so far today. 4 for 4. As Wall knocks in his first of the afternoon. Wall, one of the 2 offensive leaders, if you're looking at scoring for Newport News this season. 14.8 points per game, and that 3-point percentage is really what sticks out. 38% through the first 4 games. He's been deadly from downtown. And those free throws halt a 6-0 run from Lynchburg. Quick hands from Means. Now Wall slices through 2 defenders, but can't convert on the finish. Now Callaway will try it from deep. No good. Faust a rebound. Lost on the inside. And a whistle on Saunders. That will be his first foul and the team's 4th.
For both squads, man, the physicality in the paint is something that really stands out. They're trying so hard to grab those rebounds, get the ball out quick, get some transition points going, but it all starts with fighting through the contact and grabbing the rebound.
Now, Lynchburg has dominated the board so far today, 17-9, but it's really all been Makovic and Jamarcus Brown. Those 2 combined for 12 of the 17 Lynchburg rebounds. Makovic leading the team with 7. Inside, another jump ball. And right on cue, Makovic comes in for Faust. Callaway gets beat back door. Layup no good from Smith, and Young with the board. Young, a little hezzy inside, and 1.
Big time finish over a man.
Pearson Young taking it coast to coast. And right on cue as we're talking about rebounds, Mr. Windex himself checks into this game, Eli Thomas.
And you know, Joe, we're only 13 minutes in this game, but me and you both have already talked about the pace and the quickness that both squads are playing with. You got to think, especially for the Apprentice School, missing some of those open looks, maybe slow it down. Start to get some better high percentage looks, maybe convert on a couple instead of missing open looks because you're going too quick or turning the ball over.
They only have 2 points in transition compared to Lynchburg's 9 fast break points. Also, I mean, when you talk about slowing it down, a big place to look is points in the paint. When you're talking about that half-court offense, only 6 points in the paint for the Apprentice School thus far. Is there anything that you've seen that Lynchburg has really done to kind of expand this lead after Newport News cut it down to 2?
Just keep the pressure on. Both schools kind of look similar playing style here early. Kind of the opposite of what I thought we'd see. Both squads just playing fast, trying to get quick, easy buckets. Lynchburg converting on their looks and hounding the ball on defense. We say some of these shots are should be easy makes, but Lynchburg, their defense, I don't think we're not giving them enough credit. They've been contesting quite a few of them and forcing some of the misses.
Well, the Hornets got things going in the first 90 seconds with 3 trifectas from Easton. Since then, Lynchburg is 1 for 8 from downtown.
I think for Lynchburg, you don't have to worry about the volume shooting. They're gonna get their attempts up.
Pearson Young, somebody that leads this team in scoring so far this season, 14 points per game. Converts on the and one. It's only a matter of time until he gets going. We saw him already set a new career high here in Turner this year in the first home game of the season. Nice rocker step from Wall. Dishes it over to Means. Means trying to find any room for space, doesn't need it. Converts over Brown. Here comes Eli Thomas. Dribble handoff for Young. Nellison finds it cutting Makovic. He'll spin the other way, no good.
And a miss there, but the offensive efficiency, the off-ball movement, the screens, set up a really good look.
Means rises from 3 and buries it. The Lynchburg lead now cut into just 6, 10 points here from this sophomore guard in Means. And that will step aside. 6 minutes left to be played here in the first half from Turner.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
And we welcome you back into Turner Gymnasium. It's his 6-point advantage for the Lynchburg Hornets as they lead the Newport News Apprentice School Builders. Newport News on a quick 5-0 run over the last 60 seconds. As Means has been a disruptor on both ends of the floor so far today.
Means is a guy, third leading scorer for these guys.
And another turnover for Lynchburg. Means now matched up against the taller Brown. Trying to match his athleticism and offer some size as well. Now Wall with the floater, draws back iron. Makovic grabs the board. Wall with the foul, his second, the team's sixth. Now Lynchburg in the bonus. Good crossover from Young. Young tries to take it all the way. Van Nellison picks it up. Wedgie! We've got a wedgie!
How about that? Back-to-back games today.
We had never had a wedgie in Turner this season. We had one in the women's game, now one here in the men's game. Let's take another look. What a wedgie. That's a great one. A jump ball, arrow pointed towards the Hornets. Makovic on the outside, trying to feed Brown on the interior. Mismatched with a smaller defender, but Nellison will pull it from deep. Can't get the roll. Thomas with a loose ball foul. That's his first, the team's sixth. Now both squads will receive 1-and-1 free throws with the next foul. Lynchburg scoreless in the last 2 minutes. The Builders trying to create a little comeback. Means once again from downtown, no good. Ellison hauls in the board. Thomas in transition, kicks back outside. Now here's Brown. Spin cycle inside, count it, and one. Well, Jamarcus Brown's been calling for it on the low block all day long. This time they feed him. Able to finish through contact.
How about this guy? I don't think enough good things can be said about what he does for this team. This is a freshman coming in, small high school down in Tunstall, Danville, Virginia. As you mentioned, dual sport athlete, was a state champion in track and field, and then he comes into this squad and just adds a flair that they've really clinged to.
Lynchburg now out in a 1-3-1 zone. And they turn the ball over. Good change in defensive alignment by Hillary Scott. You can tell that certainly disrupted the look there for Newport News. Design play for Young. Inside Brown working through 3 defenders, goes up, draws the foul once again. He'll head to the line for shots. And the whistle right there was called on Easton, his third. Early foul trouble for the senior forward.
For Lynchburg, you've got to admire the plan here. They're running these open sets, trying to get their shooters open. If that's not happening, you got some big guys who are banging bodies down in the paint, converting on their finishes and their free throws.
Brown now with 9 points on the day. That ties as a team leader with Easton, who had 3 triples in the opening moments of this contest. Here's Means, a nice dump off on the low block. And a foul drawn by Goody. And we've yet to talk about this, but Newport News Apprentice School, not a member of the ODAC, not a member of Division III, a trade school. As the first free throw rattles home. What would be your trade, Kevin?
Man, they used to call me a jack of all trades. Do a little bit of it all. Couldn't just pick one.
Both free throws good for Goody. Goody is a ship fitter. Do you know what a ship fitter is?
If I were to guess, I would have to say, ship fitter, Newport News, something to do with a boat. That would be my guess.
Yes, that is correct. Inside drive rejected by Young. Hart comes away with a rebound. Now Hart working in transition. Back out Young. 3 for 3. No good. A battle for the rebound claimed by Harrell. Smith will slow it down. Top of the key. Triple straight away. Harrell. Bullseye.
Great passing sequence there from Newport. Get that open look, give it to a guy you know can knock it down. He'll do the rest.
Lead back down to 6. Hart with a great pass, thread the needle over to Young. Now Young, step back jumper, got it!
And this guy, when you talk about doing it all, you mentioned the 3 blocks from the season coming in. That's 2 in this game. And then he turns around and hits you with a little fadeaway J from the short corner.
So in 32nd timeout called by Hillary Scott as the Hornets now cling on to an 8-point advantage. Let's take another look at this step back jumper. I mean, the moves that this guy has, he's deep in his bag like a pen cap. And we said, I mean, it's only a matter of time until this guy gets going. Right now, 3 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 from downtown, 8 points thus far. But the 2 blocks is really what sticks out on this stat sheet. 6'3", and he's playing like he's 6'9".
His ability, to score, I mentioned he was a volume shooter at the top of the broadcast. This is a guy that in 5 games put up 25 threes.
8 points, 2 blocks, 5 rebounds for the guard in Young. The rebounding is also something we've got to talk about, not just with Young, but also with Hart. This backcourt rebounds the ball as good, if not better, than anybody else in Division III.
Absolutely. Pearson Young averaging, a guard averages 6 rebounds per game, second on the team. Tells you a lot about this guy's hustle.
Means looking for some help, kicks out to the corner. Now a quick dribble drive, dump off on the low block. No good. Brown comes away with his 6th rebound on the first half. Loses his footing, but Hart's right there to help him out. And a turnover. Errant pass looking for Mike Gray. Means scoops up the loose ball. Behind his back. Inside, draws contact. He'll say no shot foul on the floor. The whistle was on Hart. Nonetheless, 1-and-1 shots here for Means.
And for Means, we talked about him a little bit earlier. He's a sophomore. He's the only sophomore on this roster. This guy's 10 seniors, no juniors, 1 sophomore, and 6 freshmen. So a very veteran-heavy squad, letting this young guy show him what he's got.
Means a 50% free throw shooter, misses the front end. Makovic, turnstile, left it short. The Builder still trying to ride the hot hand, and Means floating in the air. Another bucket, 12 points here in the first half for Means. 45 seconds left to go here in the first half. Makovic underneath to Brown. Too strong.
Starting to see the script flip a little bit. Newport early on, missing some of those easy gimme layups. Lynchburg starting to struggle from inside.
Means extra pass. He'll try it from deep. No good. Loose ball foul on the floor. This one tabbed on Mike Hart. This converts on the front end of the 1-and-1. Second free throw up and in. Now just a 4-point advantage for Lynchburg. They've led as many as 12 here in the first half. But the Builders, they're hanging around. Pearson Young looking to hold for the last shot. Young, Makovic, a triple. Got it! At the buzzer. Mason Makovic puts Lynchburg out in front by 7 as they head to the locker room. Beautiful two-man game. Pick and fade.
With time running out, a little bit of urgency going on. These guys said, I'm not worried about it. Got into their own game. Wide open three, knocked it down. Makovic, that's a guy who's only tried 8 this year, but he's knocked down half of them. You can't sleep on that big man's shooting ability.
Before we head to the break, first half takeaways?
It's just a switch in momentum there at the end. Like, you know, you saw Newport missing some layups, some jump shots that you thought were going to be converted, and then Lynchburg kind of fell into that trap there at the end. Shooting slump there towards the end from in close. Now we got us a close game on our hands.
Me too. Means has really kept him in this one. 12 of the 30 Builders points. He's made 5 of his last 6 shots from the floors. And with that, we'll take about 15 minutes away here from the court. And wait for the second half of action coming up here on LHSN.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
Here she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
When you come to the University of Lynchburg to earn a master's degree in athletic training, you'll spend time in the classroom, but you'll also spend a lot of time in our top-notch facilities, learning from athletic trainers and working closely with our student athletes. In the Graduate Cadaver Lab, you'll learn about the human body in the best way possible, by actually studying the human body. This will provide a foundation to make you a much better athletic trainer. In the athletic training laboratory, you'll get hands-on experience, practicing your skills, applying concepts from the classroom, and working with faculty on research projects. It's also where our hydrotherapy facilities are. This space is also used by students for studying and practicing skills outside of class time. In the Sports Medicine Clinic and Turner Gymnasium, you'll work with student athletes from more than 20 NCAA Division III sports teams, helping get them back to practice and into the game as soon as possible. As an athletic training student, you're a big part of the success of our sports teams and the success of the local athletic teams. We see this relationship as a win-win situation. You learn, and that helps us win.
Look what you're missing.
It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Football has taught me a lot throughout my life. It's definitely had a huge imprint on who I am as a person. Competing at a Division III level created that opportunity for me to go to college. Not only was I the first one in my family to graduate college, but I was really the first one to even go. Being the first one, I'm breaking that cycle, and now that I've graduated, I'm not sure what's the next step, but I know I have a lot of doors open. And a lot of those are open because I played football and ran track here at Otterbein.
Think a private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go on a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome to the Campus Recreational Department at the University of Lynchburg. We believe in a student-centered approach to recreation, making sure that all students have fun and engaging activities that promotes wellness, personal growth, and community building.
Our team works to provide a variety of recreation opportunities for all our undergrad and graduate students.
Let's take a look at the different areas of Campus Rec. Campus Recreation covers all outdoor recreation. Our team offers dozens of trips per semester, maintains recreation facilities on campus, and offers outdoor certificates and leadership training.
Intramurals is open to all students who wants to play on a team. We have men's, women's, and co-ed leagues for each sport we offer.
Those looking for next level competition can join club sports. These are student-led organizations with the support of Campus Recreation. You can join one of our established club sports, or you can start your own with our support.
Campus Recreation offers an excellent amount of opportunities to stay active, make new friends, and develop new skills. We hope to see you soon.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee. Admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults. When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunity to learn from the best of the best. Your professors have a wealth of experience working in the sport industry that they share with you in the classroom setting. Get in the game by getting your MBA with a sport management concentration at the University of Lynchburg. You know, Hollywood, here I come. Hey, I meant, yeah.
Either. The real Lindsay Piper's here.
Autographs there later. Let's.
20 minutes in the books, 20 more minutes here from Turner Gymnasium, a minute and a half away as the Lynchburg Hornets are out in front of the Newport News Apprentice School Builders, 37-30. Joe Brennan joined alongside Kevin Nestor. Kevin, an exciting first half is one way to put it, certainly back and forth, but Lynchburg with a commanding lead thus far, and it's really been the field goal percentage that's been the main discrepancy between these two teams.
Right, and we saw Lynchburg come out hot, knocking down 3 3-pointers in the first 2 minutes of the game, and they kind of kept that rhythm up there until the end of the first half. They started to go a little bit cold, but that's about the time that Newport News started to pick up their heat a little bit and cut into that lead.
They had missed their last 5 3-point attempts before the one at the buzzer from Makovic. And for Newport News, I mean, it has really been a day for Donovan Means, the only sophomore that's touched the floor for the Builders, has really been their main source of offense. 12 points, has made 5 of his last 6 shots from the floor, and on the defensive end as well, 4 steals to go along with his 12 points.
Yeah, and what stands out to me about him, you noted his efficiency, scoring the ball at a really good clip, 50% from 3, over 50% from the field, and he's getting involved on both ends of the floor. His quickness on the defensive end, poking balls out of bounds, keeping balls in play on offense. He's been an all-around player this game. They could really use him to keep it going in the second half.
The turnover bug has certainly been an issue for Lynchburg all season long. That and the free throws. Well, the turnovers haven't been as clean as Scott and company would like them to be, obviously with 9 through the first 20 minutes. A perfect 8 for 8 from the stripe. A little uncharacteristic from the Hornets today.
That's got to make him smile a little bit, especially whenever he looks at this at halftime. But both squads knocking down their free throws. Apprentice 9 for 10 at the line. Lynchburg, as you mentioned, 8 for 8. But what that tells me is there's been a lot of free throws. Very physical game, a lot of contact going on, and some of them we saw the refs kind of let them play through some. So they're definitely getting after it today, and I don't expect the second half to be any different.
Second half underway means we'll get things started. Lynchburg once again comes out in a 1-3-1 zone with Jonathan Faust spearheading the attack.
And the 1-3-1 is going to allow Lynchburg to cut off some of those passes to the corner, build the wall up top, not let a drive penetrate through, allow them to move just a little bit quicker.
Just like that, they go back into man. Jay Cart picking up Means. Dribble handoff for Smith. Up top, it's Easton. Now Wall underneath Saunders. Back over Wall, gets 2 men in the air, finds the contact, and heads to the line for 2.
Before that, you mentioned Hart going to be guarding Means. If he stays on him the entire second half, it's going to be a fun matchup to watch. A prolific scorer. We saw that in the first half in Donovan Means. But we also noted at the top of the broadcast, Jay Cart's defensive abilities. One of the best defenders at the guard position in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference.
First free throw, no good. Yeah, without a doubt, Hart's someone that averages just a tick under 2 steals a game. We also saw Jamarcus Brown when he checked into the game, matched up with Means, and I mean, no one has really been able to slow him down. Splits the pair, back down to his 6-point lead for Lynchburg. Easton back in the contest for the first time since the first 90 seconds of the game, where he splashed 3 threes and never returned to the floor.
Got into some early foul trouble. Brown came in, gave these guys a spark off the bench.
Young fadeaway jumper, no good. Out of bounds, last touch by the Builders. Coming into this game, we really expected Lynchburg to be dominant on the interior and really control points in the paint, as Jonathan Faust gets 2 more points inside, and he'll head to the line for another.
Right on cue. And how about the motion down in the paint to get him just rolling to the basket? Good pass. Maybe a tick late, but he was able to draw the contact and get a tough finish right here.
Faust shooting 37% from the line this year. Underneath with contact, Smith can't bank it in. Trailing Makovic. Easton tries it again. He's on fire.
Starting out the second half the same way he started out the first half. How about the young man?
12 points, all from downtown for Easton. And with that, we step aside as the Hornets take an 11-point lead into the break.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela burns it.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And we welcome you back into the Jason Easton Show from downtown. 4 for 6 beyond the arc in just 7 minutes of action.
Got into that foul trouble early in the first half, and it kind of makes you think, if he wouldn't have picked up those early fouls, what this game would look like right about now with the production that he's had in only 7 minutes.
He leads the Hornets in scoring with 12 thus far, shortly followed by Brown with 9 and Young with 8. Smith with a triple, no good. Easton corrals the rebound.
And another possession of that 1-3-1, just allowing him to rotate over the corner so freely, get a good shot contest, and get a body on a box out. Beautifully executed by the Hornets.
Faust once again lost his dribble on the low block, the second time he's had that happen to him today. Nice quick dump off. And a good finish by Jaden Eason. Hart orchestrating the offense, looking for Easton, step back jumper, but a whistle before. Illegal screen, called him Makovic.
One 3-1 again. Forcing an outside kick. This time it's knocked down.
Wall with no hesitation from deep makes it a 6-point game. It's Faust, top of the arc. Now Easton matched up with Means. Inside draws contact, no good, but the follow by Makovic.
That guy putting his body on the line, boxing out for an offensive rebound, able to go up, get the tip back. Something that's very undervalued in his game.
Makovic on double-double watch, now 7 points, 10 boards. Quick pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound hauled in by Young. Faust fighting for positioning down low. Can't make space, got an elbow to the jaw. Faust once again trying to make some space. There's nothing there. Easton has to just chuck one up. Air ball. And a shot clock violation on the Hornets.
And Lynchburg running one big man in, switching it out with screens between Makovic and Faust.
Makovic has been a huge player on the inside today with 10 rebounds. Leading all players. Hart, Euro step inside. The Builders wanted to travel. But instead, a foul called on Carice Smith. It's been a quiet day for Smith offensively as well. Just 1 for 9 from the floor. Right there picks up his first foul in the afternoon.
That's their leading scorer coming in a little cold.
First free throw is good. Yeah, I mean, he came into this game averaging over 16 points per game. But it has certainly not been his day from the floor. And the second leading scorer in Wall, 2 of 10 from the court.
It definitely, that long bus ride might have gotten to those guys, but they're still in this game. These guys find a little bit of rhythm. You never know.
Wall now make it 2 for 11. I mean, those guys combined 3 for 20 from the court. They've taken half of the Newport News shots today.
These are guys that were shooting 58% and 40% coming into this game.
Easy laying in transition. Saunders banks it home. Easy offense off great defense. Lead back down to single digits. Hart for Faust. Too easy.
The Builders were running switch everything there from the perimeter all the way down to the paint. Big man got a little behind. Faust able to have a nice rollover move and convert the easy bucket.
Smith will try it once again. No good. Left it short. Offensive rebound for Easton. He can't connect. Easton. Yes, sir. 5 triples. 15 points. He's been automatic from deep.
And there was no set needed there. He got the ball in his hands, immediately went up with it.
Fight for the loose ball. Taken by Faust, but tangled up. It'll be a jump with the possession arrow headed towards Lynchburg. And that will take us to immediate timeout. 13-point Lynchburg advantage as Jason Easton leads the way with 15 points, all from downtown.
Look what you're missing.
It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
It's a 13-point advantage for the Lynchburg Hornets as Jason Easton has turned into Splash Mountain. The big fella, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. Easton leads all scorers. Newport News led by Means with 12, but he has been held scoreless here in the second half. Hart will try a jumper, a rare sight on the 6'1" guard. Builders can't corral the rebound. That is one thing that if Hart can add that to his arsenal, he will be a very, very dangerous player in the conference. That's just not something we see from him a whole lot.
No, coming into today's game, he's only attempted 1 3-pointer. But he makes up for it on the defensive end.
Hart, the inbounder, finds Young. He's got space. Can't connect. Left it short. Hinman.
Lynchburg back in that man.
Wall, a triple. Connects.
It's only a matter of time before Wall started to heat up a little bit. You mentioned it earlier, very, very cold spell from him.
Back down to a 10-point lead. Watch your pockets. A lot of contact, no whistle. Brown evades the charge and draws a blocking foul. It was a nice heads-up play from Wall to try and draw the contact. Just leaned back on his heels.
And Brown's a guy that surprised he didn't try to take that one up over Wall at that time.
Second missed free throw on the day for Lynchburg. The first miss for Brown. Missed them both. Draws back iron. Back-to-back shots. Now 3 of 5 today from the line for Brown. It's been a quiet second half for Means. And it'll continue. Offensive rebound and the putback. Good from Goody.
It was a good defensive effort there out on the perimeter, but the second chance opportunity is something we haven't really seen from either of these squads. The rebounds have been there, but the conversions haven't.
Young heads for the baseline with the left hand.
His quickness to get from the three-point line down to the baseline and across to the basket.
Blocked by the rim and a foul called on Makovic. He can't believe it. It was a good spin underneath. I mean,
like you said, blocked by the rim. I didn't see much else there. Both coaches looking a little frustrated. Coach Scott with the refs.
There is one young fan here today who has not been afraid to make some noise during free throw attempts.
You got to appreciate the passion. Bring the energy. Coming back from Thanksgiving break, not many students here. Not many have returned to campus, but as you can hear,
he's making an impact.
Yeah.
I want to say he's forced 2 or 3 misses today, where he's silent on the first and they make it and make some noise on the second. Hornets trying to get Easton involved. They'll dump it off for Hart. Now in the corner, Lynchburg's got 2 players there. Miscommunication. Young and Makovic both thought it was for them. As Makovic pounds his chest on the way back and says, "My bad."
It was a great find from Hart there that time. Driving the baseline, getting across, making a great pass under the basket over to the opposite corner.
Nice rocker step to create some space down low for Himnan. He draws the foul. 4th foul on Lynchburg here in the second half, the 3rd in the game for Makovic. Look at his little shimmy shake. That's what they call shake and bake. Means the inbounder. Wall over Brown. Finally takes the lid off the basket. Now 4 for 14 on the day.
He's made his last 2 in a 7-point game. You can't afford to let him get hot. But
well,
just like that.
Easton has certainly not had a lid on that rim today. It's looked about the size of a hula hoop.
He's knocked them all down. 6 from downtown. How about it?
6 for 8 from downtown for Easton. Hart with a steal. Brown in the corner. Hart, a triple. No good. Makovic fighting for the rebound. He's fouled. Oh, no. They'll say a foul on Makovic? No, yes. That is a foul on Newport News. We got a point in the wrong direction from an official. Nonetheless, still a loose ball foul on Newport News.
Makovic going to come out and catch a breather. I think he's earned that one as much as he's been on the floor fighting for balls today.
13 rebounds for Makovic. Easton, heat check. Too strong. I mean, why not let it fly?
Why not?
Now Wall, step back jumper. Count it. The three-pointer's good.
He's got a couple of green beans in him, too. Don't let the stats fool you, Joe. All of a sudden, got a 7-point game.
Lynchburg has his led by as much as 13. Young, downtown. Yes, sir! Cold-blooded. Pearson Young with 13 points.
He has just been finding the open spot on the floor, whether it's getting stuff set for him or just roaming. As soon as the ball touches his hands, you cannot give him that much room.
50% from the floor, 40% from downtown. Also, 7 boards and 4 dimes to go along with it. And he's done it on the defensive end, too. A steal and 2 blocks.
This is a guy that better be ready to make that ODAC Player of the Week banner for him. 'Cause he's earned it.
Pearson Young has had himself a day, but, I mean, it's been a handful of Hornets in different areas. But without a doubt, today has been Young and Easton primarily. That 1-2 punch combining for 31 points. The Lynchburg native has been red hot.
How about that local fun? Guy grew up around here. Probably sat in his gym a couple of times.
And from the Lynchburg area, but actually went to Virginia Episcopal School. So didn't go to a Kennedy or an EC class. But came home. I mean, how far away is Virginia Episcopal? I don't know.
Same. It could be right down the road, brother.
You want to set a line? Over, under. Let's do 53 minutes. I'll take the over.
Ooh, I'll take the under just to make it a game.
And not Episcopal. There's an Episcopal and a Virginia Episcopal. Oh, it is right down the road. It is right down the road.
3.8
The under was
miles.
a lot. The under was a great pick.
Oh, my.
About 15 minutes.
How do we not know where that is? We know the Jeffersons, the EC classes.
I mean, those are the public ones.
We even know that. Well, you got to know the LCA.
Wow.
We apologize to our Lynchburg
We're not
viewers.
from here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're rookies in town. We've been here combined, 5 months.
Yeah. But a grad student, a transfer, you got to cut a little bit of slack.
Oh. 10-point lead for Lynchburg. And a pair of free throws upcoming here for Jaden Easton. Foul was called on Tyler Buggs, his first of the game, but Lynchburg's 6th here in the second half. As that fan's starting to make some noise. Once again, I mean, he's...
I think the mic
fans are giving him a round of applause.
I think the mic might have picked that one up a little bit better. That was a little loud. It worked out for him.
I have located the culprit in the stands. A young fan.
How about that? He forced an 0 for 2 trip.
All him. 10 minutes to go, a 10-point lead for Lynchburg. It's Hart at the top of the perimeter. Double team, finds Brown, straightaway triple, no good. An offensive rebound by Brown. Brown drives in, finish with the right hand.
That guy's earned his minutes. A freshman coming in, being a 6th man, and just adding a spark.
Here's a move in transition. Young banks it home. 4 quick points for Lynchburg. Now on a 7-0 run in the last minute. Offensive rebound, Builders. Foul called on Jamarcus Brown. His second. But a trip at the line with 7 team fouls for Lynchburg for Kelby Saunders Jr. Saunders is 75% shooter from the stripe, but misses the front end.
All of them, man. Don't matter if you're 100%. That young fan has got their numbers in the second half.
He has put up quite the stat sheet. Buggs with a physical screen. Gives him a straightaway 3. Buggs from downtown.
He earned that one. The screen, the roll, it was a thing of beauty. He earned every bit of that one.
Saunders pump fake drive, now kicks out. Another chance, this one over Buggs, in for 2. But still a 15-point lead for Lynchburg after an offensive eruption. A 10-0 run over the course of 2 minutes.
Well, Lynchburg's definitely finding some things to build on. Second half, come out a little bit slow. This game got down to, what, 7 at one point?
It was a 2-point game in the first half.
Right.
And Lynchburg ran away with it. A 7-point game at half after a buzzer-beating triple from Makovic.
You know, talking to a lot of people before the game, you know, some of the folks in the crowd, they didn't know what to expect. You know, a school that traveled all the way, you know, over 4 hours to come in, play this Lynchburg squad. 3-1 record. Expected a really, really good game, and without the flares, it might have been, but Lynchburg has been too much to handle, especially here in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, I think the biggest storyline for the Builders has been Smith has gone missing. In 24 minutes of action, just 1 for 10 from the floor, came in averaging over 16 points a game. Wall, who also had a relatively slow start, was 1 for 10 from the floor, has made 4 of his last 5. He's now up to 16 points on the day. And it was all Means in the first half. And he had 12 points, but he's gone cold here in the second. But just really hasn't been involved. He's only taken 1 shot.
And for the Builders, you know, that's something that really any team that, you know, you got to do that 3, 4, 5 hour travel. You always wonder how your team's going to respond. You sit on the bus, you get antsy. there's not really much to do on the ride, and then you expect it to get out, go straight to the court, get your warm-ups in and play, and that can be rough for any squad.
Young saves it from a backcourt violation. Hart will reset. That shot clock now at 10. Hart spins free, kicks back. Easton wide open. Young, no good. Himden for Means. Still searching for his first points in the second half. Won't find it right there. Hart, cross-court pass for Easton in the corner. And they'll reset with their point guard, Young. Back out Buggs. He's open from three-point land. Buggs, splash!
How about it? The young man has found every open spot, and when he gets the ball, he's taking advantage of it. I think when he gets the ball behind the arc, he's the crowd favorite.
After the first home game, his Means gets a quick poke and a slam for the first dunk of today. Buggs, after he tried a three-pointer in the first game, after when I was talking to Coach Guy, he said, we won't see a whole lot of those for the rest of the year from Buggs. But why not?
How about it?
Why not?
How about it?
3 for 3 from downtown. Let it fly, big fella.
If I'm leaning, I'm greening. That's got to be what's going on in his mind, right?
Buggs was 0 for 6 from 3 coming into today. Now a perfect 3 for 3. Right now he's walking out of here saying, Coach, I'm shooting 33% on the year. I'm one of our best shooters. He's a splash brother.
He's earned that right after the day. You go 3 for 3.
I mean,
crunch time to pull away.
Unbelievable.
How about the guy?
Whatever he ate for Thanksgiving, he's got to have that every week. I mean, the turkey woke this guy up.
I remember, the home opener when he took one, and you looked at me and said, what type of shot is that? That's the potential we've been missing out on.
0 for 6 on the season coming in. Last year from downtown, he was 2 for 6. This is a career high. I mean, it was a career high on the Secchi. And last year he was 2 for 6. As Young will try it from deep. No good. He was 1 for 1 in a game, and he was also 1 for 5 in a game.
So you're talking about a guy who's probably made more threes today than he's made in his entire basketball career.
Means starting to find his rhythm here in the second half. Points on back-to-back trips and a triple right there that cuts it to a 14-point game. Pull-up jumper from the stripe, no good. Buggs the rebound. Buggs. Oh, he almost had a three-pointer the old-fashioned way.
How about the bench and the crowd getting behind the young man? They want to see the show this man's putting on.
I want to see it. Who doesn't? First free throw's good.
This is another guy. We talked about Faust earlier, bringing energy. This guy right here, the team loves him.
He's a locker room guy. And right now he's got 11 points. He's perfect on the day. 3 of 3 from the floor, all from downtown, and now 2 of 2 from the stripe. Also 4 rebounds to go along with it.
This is going to be something where he prints out the stat sheet and lays it on coach's desk with a little bow on it that says Merry Christmas.
Means lost the handle. Now Buggs gets a steal. Add that to the stat sheet. 5.5 to go, a 16-point lead for Lynchburg. They're feeding the hot hand.
You know what he's thinking. You know what he's thinking.
An illegal screen. A little too physical right there on the undersized Means.
And for Buggs, You might be saying, you know, Pearson Young, sorry about your luck. I'm taking ODAC Player of the Week.
Let's not get there quite yet.
Still got a long way to go. Got a couple of games coming up for Lynchburg.
4 Hornets in double figures today, with Buggs and Brown and both with 11, Young with 15, Easton with 18. For Newport News, Donovan Means leads the way with 19 points, 6 away from tying a career high. Wall right behind him with 16. That last foul was called on Hart, his 3rd of the day. Now in the double bonus, it's 2 shots at the line. First one from Wall's good. 4 for 5 on the day from the charity stripe. As you can see, there's the fan making some noise. Can't affect the shot this time around. We just got to tip our cap to our cameramen and our producers right here, because that's what we call quality production.
How about Evan over here? This man went from broadcasting the women's game straight to the camera. He's putting in his work.
Brown couldn't finish through contact. Here's a triple from Wall, no good. Rebound Hart.
And for the Builders, that's been the story of their day. You know, their highest volume shooters just not knocking them down to the clip.
Easton in the corner, air ball. Buggs, rebound, Buggs. What a day. 5 rebounds, 13 points, 3 triples. Nice pass on the interior and a silky smooth finish from Saunders.
Talking about a stat line, you would think this guy's played the entire game. 9 minutes. I'd say that's pretty efficient.
Hart dumps it off for Brown. Wanted a whistle, didn't get it. Means off the mark. And the Hornets will burn a timeout. 3.5 to go. It's a 76-62 lead for the Lynchburg Hornets here on LHSN.
Diving in college taught me to strive and be the best athlete I can be, but also the best student I can be. My coaches always made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's gonna become a professional athlete. So they make sure that we will do great in academics. I knew that would only open the door to my future, and I'm really excited to start my dream program for physical therapy.
Well, they're going to give Tyler Buggs a rest. But in only 10 minutes of action, look what he's put up. 13 points, perfect from the field wherever he's put it up. 5 boards and 1 poke. I mean, he's been great.
10 minutes of work, he deserved that rest. But in all seriousness, that's a really good, well.
Makovic splashes it from downtown. He's got a double-double. 10 points, 13 rebounds.
How about all the big fellas knocking down some 3 balls today?
Yeah, it really has been all the big fellas. You said it. Easton, Makovic, and Buggs have really been deadly from deep. Those three together have tallied 11 of the 13 threes.
I think coach is going to have some questioning to do, maybe his best shooters.
What a day from Mason McKovic. 13 rebounds obviously stands out. That just turned into 14 as well after the board on the other end. And he's been great from the floor. You call him Mr. Efficient, 3 of 6, 2 of 3 from deep.
And that just adds on to an impressive resume coming into the game. You know, he's shooting 60% from the field and 50 from 3. He's added on to those totals today, averaging 7 boards. Just went well over his average today as he knocks down the first free throw.
He is one of 5 Lynchburg Hornets in double figures today. Him and Brown both with 11, Bugs with 13, Young with 15, Easton with 18. Wall rejects the screen, loses the handle, but last touch by Brown. Means will orchestrate the offense. Outside Saunders. Fadeaway jumper. Got it. Underneath Brown. Thought about the flush, just laid it in softly. They've only seen one dunk today, none from Lynchburg.
Brown looked like he might have stalled better that one. Take care of his hands.
Offensive rebound and putback. Good from Easton. Hart looking for some help. Timeout called by Coach Scott. What a grab from the referee.
While in the timeout motion, this guy might be an athlete.
Full timeout, 2 minutes left to be played. We'll step aside. 83-66, Hornets out in front. Lynchburg just 2 minutes away from starting this season with 4-2. If we take a look at their upcoming schedule, they've got 3 more games in the month of December. They'll start their ODAC schedule with Bridgewater here at home. Then they'll travel to play Ferrum and close out the final month of the year with Nazareth. We talked about one double-double today. Jamarcus Brown now flirting with one of his own with 11 points and 9 boards. Hart left wide open. He'll let it fly. No good. McKovic offensive rebound, but it's stripped away. It should be very interesting to see how Lynchburg bodes in the ODAC slate. Hart's still down on the floor. Seems like he just got dead-legged. But it should be interesting to see how Lynchburg bodes in conference play. They came into the season ranked 10th in the preseason polls, but I think they've already started to surprise some people, not only with their freshmen, but the returners that have really increased production from a season ago.
All right, now you're starting to get into that conference slate. You mentioned Bridgewater coming up here in Turner on Wednesday, but Saturday they got to travel down to Ferrum. They play a squad that was one spot above them in the preseason rankings. They were neck and neck last year. It's going to be a really good matchup to watch out for before they come back to hosting the Wayne Prophet Classic.
Ferrum got a big win in last season's ODAC tournament in the first round, had a big-time upset. Nonetheless, that Cinderella story ended without a glass slipper.
And for Ferrum, you know, they're ranked higher than Lynchburg, but they did lose their #1 scorer. Jakari transferred out, went Division I. Congratulations to him. But for Ferrum,
what do you know about Ferrum?
Not much, man, not much. I only spent 3 years there. We got a good young squad, but they definitely still got some growing pains to do.
Pearson Young will take a trip to the stripe. That'll be 1-1. Just 9 fouls here in the second half from the Builders. And I never asked you, Kevin, but how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, man. Got to do some traveling cross country. Knock a couple places off the bucket list. How about you, man?
It was great. Food was good. Food's always a highlight for me. I got to ask you, what's your big 3 on the plate? Like if there's 3 musts that you're picking up on that plate, walk me through it.
You got to have ham or turkey. Me personally, I'm a ham guy. So I'm taking ham, taking mac and cheese, and I'm taking a roll.
Wow. I respect your opinion. It's the wrong opinion, but so be it.
What do you got?
If I'm taking 3, we talk about 3. I thought Easton was about to try and splash home another. Stuffing, mashed potatoes.
I knew you was going to be a stuffing
cranberry
guy.
sauce. I'm all about the cranberry.
Is stuffing an entree or a side?
When I eat it, it's an entree. I'll go home and make Stouffer's box stuffing. That's also a thing. I always go to Thanksgiving, and everybody tries to recreate the stuffing. They try and do the homemade. They slice the bread. They put the celery, the onions, the whole 9 yards. I'm all for that, and I respect it, and sometimes it's good, okay? My girlfriend made stuffing this year, and it was phenomenal. I'm not going to knock it. But I will say there's no need to reinvent the wheel. The Stouffer's got it figured out.
I have the same opinion with mac and cheese when people do baked mac and cheese or
go
crock
Kraft.
pot.
Go Kraft.
Kraft? Bro,
they've got it. They've got it
go
figured
wrong
out.
with that.
Yeah,
They've been doing it for years.
But the baked can be good. You know, I'm not gonna knock it. But I mean, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel, as we said. But cranberry sauce, you can't go the one in the can. I mean, you got to go homemade there. Throw a little orange zest in it. It's phenomenal.
Man, now I can't wait to go get those chicken tenders in the calf after this game.
You and me both. 15-point advantage for Lynchburg in the waning moments here in the second half.
And while we were up here talking about getting bigger, how about Pearson Young picking up his 3rd block down there?
You are right. 3 blocks, 1 steal on the defensive end for him, along with 7 boards, 4 assists, 15 points. I mean, he's been stellar on every facet of the game today. You also got to recognize Makovic with a team-high 15 rebounds as Lynchburg went to bring in 45 boards today. Easton with 18 points, 6 triples, along with 2 steals.
You better get to my man Bugs.
How about Bugs? 10 minutes of action, 13 points, perfect from the floor, along with 5 rebounds. And no dunks today from Lynchburg.
Outside of a couple, sloppy turnovers, a couple of miscues, just execution-wise, they played very solid ball today on both ends of the floor, and it really started to show there late in the second half when they started to pull away.
Makovic missed the bunny. Coach Scott was saying that should have been our ball, but seems like everybody else in the gym is saying, really?
2 seconds left, you never know.
And that will do it. A 4-2 start for the Lynchburg Hornets. Next up for the Builders, they'll have Bucks County Community College this upcoming Saturday, followed by Paul D. Camp Community College on that Sunday Lynchburg, as we said, they've got Bridgewater, their ODAC opener here in Turner Gymnasium on Wednesday the 4th. That'll be a fun one. If you can't be here this Wednesday, tune in with us on LHSN. I've been Joe Brennan. This has been Kevin Nestor. We appreciate you spending your Saturday afternoon with us. A big thank you to our camera crew for stepping in today, and our director, Josh Smith, running the graphics like crazy. He was killing it.
Killed it both games.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We'll see you Wednesday.